Okay, so we're going a completely different direction this time. This is strange. I'm not sure why we're going right there. It's going to be tricky because there is no way out. So this is fun. Okay, now FSD is going to have to revert. Yeah, okay. Never had that happen, so let's just go ahead and... Hey guys, Quad City Tesla Guy here with another FSD drive. Going to be testing Fsd 14.2.2.3, which I got yesterday. Did a drive called 3 Bridges, FSD 3 Bridges, 1 Coffee. So if you haven't seen that, go look at that. But this is the video of me testing out the same exact route that I will do every time there's a new version. So let's get started. Yeah, so I got Fsd 14.2.2.3 last night, but I already had, or the night before, but I already had plans to do my 3 Rivers and 1 Coffee FSD drive, which I published last night. It's available this morning, and so today we're going to actually do the actual test route and see how that goes. So yeah, this is first stop. We're going to go to the Jewel Osco. The battery is preconditioning right now because I actually put in for the Hy-Vee location. I'm putting in the Superchargers from now on because I want to see how FSD does with Superchargers over there at the Hy-Vee. I didn't even realize that Hy-Vee had them yet, but I guess they've had them for a while. I just didn't know, but I never use them anyway because usually I'm charging at home, and that's why you would never see me using those. So yeah, let's see how this drive goes, and best of luck. Yesterday, the trip that I took with Fsd 14.2.2.3 on the bridges went pretty well. Just some minor things, but that's the usual with parking lots. But let's see how it does with the usual route here today. So it's been making a right before it gets to the Jewel Osco, and then like pulling in on the side of the Jewel Osco for some reason. So it'll be interesting to see if version 3 has changed and if the routing does anything different. Now there's a bus here, cars slowing down, cautiously going around it because it realizes there's a parked bus and that bus could move at any point in time, but it didn't. So we just kept on moving. And so yeah, here we are going right behind here. And the last time I think I drove this route, it actually took a left right here and went right behind the actual building. Let's see if it will. Yeah, it's going to do the same thing again. I feel like it's definitely not me putting in the locations that's causing any issues. It's just that FSD thinks that this is the best route to get to the Jewel Osco. And just kind of let it do its thing. See how it goes. And it usually parks on the side over here somewhere. And we'll see if parking has changed any or if anything has gotten any worse. Okay, so it's not really able to park there, so it's going to try to pull into the lot. This is the first time. I think I've always parked on the side for some reason, so let's see what it does here. Where is it going to take us? Stopping for the crosswalk. Good. I don't know if I've ever seen it do that either. So that's kind of I think that's the first time I've seen it do that. But usually I'm coming out of the lanes where the crosswalk is. So it's kind of interesting. Okay, so we're going to pull in frontwards here. We'll take a look at the cameras and we'll just see how well it did here. All right, so camera, looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and head on over to Hy-Vee, and that'll be our next stop. So Hy-Vee Superchargers is next. So yeah, this will be also interesting because usually it would be taking a right from the other spot in the parking lot. So let's see if it does anything strange here. And so far, so good, looking nice. Cautiously pulling up. There's a lot of trees and stuff along this little row here as you exit the main parking lot and onto the road. And then, yeah, Hy-Vee's. So this is in East Moline right now. So we're right on the edge of East Moline at the Jewel Osco. But we're going to go to the Hy-Vee in Moline. And also have a little treat for you this time. See how it goes. You'll see when I post the video. Hopefully it will turn out pretty amazing. Well, we will see. Okay, good stop. Waited for that car to go by. It's always nice now. One thing I wish they would change with FSD would be, like, if you're taking a right there and there's not going to be any cars on your right, nothing to look for, I wish it would show the left camera's view instead, so that you can kind of see if, like, past the pillar here, to see like whether a car is coming up fast on the left side as you're trying to turn onto a busy road. But that's something that I haven't seen yet. It's something I have requested a feature for. Now there is an emergency vehicle coming up behind, but it just turned right, so nothing to worry about there. Gonna probably get some odd looks today because I'm recording, and when you're recording videos for FSD, people always kind of look around and go, what the heck's that? You know, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, people don't understand. They don't even understand what a Tesla is and what it can do. So, you know, maybe someday they will. Maybe they'll see one of these videos and they'll be like, "Oh, that's the guy I saw on the road. He's Quad City Tesla guy." So yeah, if Quad City's Tesla guy gets well known in the area, maybe people will start recognizing me or seeing my car out doing these FSD test drives as new versions of the software comes out, or as I come up with like cool things to go see in the Quad Cities. Like, that's another thing I want to do, is not just show you FSD on new versions, but also show you like how what the Quad Cities is, and show you how the car navigates throughout the Quad Cities, not just in one spot. So yeah, this is oh yeah, and they're the new Superchargers. So sweet, these are really nice looking. So somebody's here charging too, and we're just gonna see how it handles the. Oh, it's got a Tesla. There's a Tesla service guy here. So that's the first. I don't think I've ever seen a Tesla service vehicle here, but there he is. He's in a, looks like a Model S. Nice looking Model S. Let's go ahead and head to our next destination and check our cameras here. Looks pretty good. And let's head to the Moline Township and see how we do with that parking job. So we're going to be leaving here a little bit. There he is on the right. If you can't see him, I'll help you. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's the first. I've never seen a car that says Tesla service on it. So they must be in the area servicing vehicles or something, but I don't know how you do that out of a Model S. But you know, maybe he's just doing some kind of install, because sometimes people like order a roof rack or whatever. Okay, so we're going a completely different direction this time. This is strange. I'm not sure why we're going right there, but we're going to let it navigate the way it is. Let's see, where is it taking us? Okay, it's just going to go up to 53rd Street here, the next main road, and it's going to take a left. I probably would have just gone uh, left there, but yeah. Sometimes FSD, mind of its own, the navigation, I should say, probably is what does it. It's not FSD so much that does the navigation. That's just the vehicle navigation that picks the route. So yeah, let's we should be getting over to the left. I'm going to help it along because I'm not sure what it's thinking. It was staying in the right lane. That's not very good. It really needs to get over to the left quicker than that, but it did not. One thing I like to see is like how we do in lanes. Like we're right in the middle of the lane. We're doing pretty good there. And if you didn't know, like if these come up, you don't want to see that, you can press the arrow and that camera view will go away. So now I was watching reading an article online the other day. I don't know if this is true or if anybody else has ran into this, but if you have, please comment in the comment section below. But I've heard that like they have like all these different media services like Hulu and Prime and Netflix and stuff on the display, but there are certain things that you can't get to. But I was reading some article that said something like even on like back screen you can't get to like certain media. Like let's say you wanted to go to like I don't know HBO Max or something. You can't really get to it on the screen, but like if you, my understanding was if you're on the rear screen, you can bring up YouTube. And once you bring up YouTube, you can go down to where it says Google in the footer and click on that, and it basically becomes like a browser. But I played around with that yesterday, even on the main screen. I didn't try it on the rear screen. And whenever you go to Google or go to YouTube.com, or if you go to YouTube, there's no footer at the bottom of the app. You just end up going to the app, and there's no way to navigate to like a browser search or URL address line. So I don't know what that was supposed to mean, but I may have to reread that article. I think I saw it on like Teslarati or something like that. But it didn't seem to do anything for me. I was just curious if it was something that I should make a short video on as like a tip of how to do something that some people may not be aware of. So, and if you haven't seen my video, there is a short out there that I made. It's about how to add a fifth button to your Tesla app. So for the controls, so you know the controls, there's usually four, and there's a little trick to add a fifth. But that little short that I made, it will help you to do that pretty quickly. I've done it several times where I've just moved it by accident, and now I have four again, and then I can put it back to five controls as well. So like I like to have like my climates, I like to have my lock and unlock, I like to have the front open and the trunk open, and then the fifth button I usually add is like the sentry mode option, so I can turn it on and off whenever I want, conserve battery, or use it if I feel like I'm in a sketchy area. So yeah, this is a Thursday morning. Sometimes, you know, there's school buses out at this point in time. That's a strange looking van there. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. But yeah, sometimes there's buses out and they kind of, you know, slow you down getting everywhere. But so that's why I usually leave and go to work a little bit earlier than like 7:30. I think we're a little bit later, so that's fine. So that means we'll probably miss all the buses as well. But if you're going to like work at around 7:30 a.m., there's always buses everywhere. And so you're always being like having to stop and wait for the school bus to pick somebody up here and there. So, yeah, this is more the route that I would go normally to work. But from like Hy-Vee up on the avenue there, I would have expected it just to go down the avenue and get on the road that comes down. So like it should have just gone left there and then came down right here alongside of this, but it didn't. It went a completely different direction than I would normally go. So actually, it's over here. So if it would have came down this frontage right here, then down to downtown, but it chose a strange route to get there. So we'll see what happens. Should be fine. This is like a normal route for me. But that's why we're doing this. We're just testing like how does FSD do, and maybe it's just because it's the time of day. Maybe it does things differently during the early morning than it does during the daylight. So we will find out. So I'm just going to go ahead and speed this up till we get downtown. Okay, so we've arrived in downtown Moline. We're at the roundabouts. This is a purposely made route so that I can test out these roundabouts and see what it does. Now, the first one, I'm going to make a right turn right away. So let's see how it does. No problems in the past. It's like gone around and then had to do U-turns and all kinds of weird stuff. So that is going to be, this is going to be interesting because we got Johnson. Nope, it can see that that is blocked over there. So it is going to avoid that like the plague. We are going in the wrong direction, but we didn't have much of a choice here. So we're going to just see how it navigates this parking lot. It's going to be tricky because there is no way out. So this is fun. Okay, now FSD is going to have to reverse and try to get us somewhere out of here. This is a nice little edge case right here. So let's see, what's it gonna do? It's just gonna back us up. Sweet, I've never seen it actually do this. It's getting enough space to make the right, and it's gonna pull in. This is not a spot, but hey, whatever, we'll take it for now. We're just testing it out. This is like the edge of the row of parking. Oh, maybe it's not done. It's still adjusting. Maybe it's just trying to get a better angle out of here. So let's see what it does. No, it's still going to try to park in this spot, but just lining it up a little better. It's not really a spot. So as you can see, there's really no lines here. This is like like the edge of the row. So there's really just lines going through here. So yeah, it shouldn't be parking here, but that's okay. We're going to head on over to our next destination. We're going to go to Trimble, and Trimble means that we get to go through some more roundabouts. Hopefully, we'll see if it takes that route or not, and how it navigates us out of this lot. This is an interesting drive today because these guys on the left here are doing something on top of the building. Johnson Controls, they must be installing a new air or heat unit on top of the building there. So yeah, let's see which way go. Oh, there's a Marifile. Now you know. Marifile Tech Center, downtown Moline. Nice little churches down here. This over here. Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. Downtown Moline. Nice and cleaned up. Used to look a lot different when I first moved here 20 years ago. On the right, that's the City of Moline Police Department. And yeah, so let's see how it navigates us over to Trimble. Sometimes this can be a little tricky, and it will go a route that's completely unexpected. And so that's always a fun little drive as well. So here's our second roundabout. These are brand new roundabouts in downtown Moline. So it's always interesting to see how Fsd navigates something that's not even on the map. And it's doing just fine. Pretty good. So far Fsd 14.2.2.3, pretty dang good. The navigation, that's questionable, but that's like not really FSD. That's just the Tesla navigation system. So let's see. So we're coming up here to Trimble, and we'll make a stop there. Let's see how it navigates this. Last time it went straight across and parked. It feels like it wants to go right, but let's see what happens. So I've got a blocked view here because it's kind of hard to see, but yeah, it's going to go straight across. Even though we were in a right-hand turn lane, it went straight, which is technically not legal. And so interesting. We're going to go this way today. Yeah, we're going to probably pull right in here, maybe. Yeah. Well, that works. So here we are, Trimble Funeral Home. And then we're going to head to our final destination. Let's take a look at the cameras. Pretty good. And let's go ahead and start self-driving and head to the office for our last part of the trip and see how it navigates us there. A little warm today. Warmer, but it's about to get cold. It's supposed to be below zero tonight. Tomorrow, like minus 12 degrees in the morning or something like that, with a wind chill. It's going to feel like it's minus 40. So yeah, so we're going to take the 6th Avenue down here in downtown Moline through the downtown area and make our way over to 19th Street, where we'll be parking, and then I'll be going to work. You know, guys got to work, got to pay the bills. So, got to pay for the electricity I put in this car. So, yeah, if you haven't seen my other videos, I have a video on how to test drive a Tesla. If you haven't test drove one, it's pretty easy. There's no sales pitch, there's no nothing. You just show up, your phone lets you in the car, you take it for 2 hours, you bring it back. You don't see a single person in the process. And that's kind of a nice way of getting an idea of what it is to drive a Tesla. It has a little tutorial. It tells you how to drive, like talks you through all of the things that are just a little bit different with an EV or a Tesla. But in general, it's pretty straightforward. I feel like the biggest changes are really maybe the lack of controls, and it's mostly on the screen, but you can use voice commands, and then also the one pedal driving, so you don't really have to push the brake, because when you let off the accelerator, it just basically slows down for you using the motors. So yeah, so this is the end of our route. So let's see if we can find ourselves a parking spot, and then we'll wrap this up. Yeah, okay. Never had that happen. So let's just go ahead and find ourselves a spot. Oh, look at that. Premium spot right there. I'm going to go ahead and, not sure what happened there. Maybe it saw that curb back there or something. Let's use the auto park feature. Let it pull us into this sweet little spot real close to the building. All right, that's that, guys. So yeah, thanks for watching. And as always, use technology to drive safe so that you can live life.